Whoa!
That is amazing. Look at that. Look at the atmospheric layers. Look at the little specks of dust like a cinematic camera. Look at the way that the light gleams off of it. This looks like an actual Apple ad with the premium feel. That's a $100,000 ad made by Apple right there. Over the past few days, Google Veo 3 has been all over my timeline because the stuff people are making with it honestly doesn't even look real. I've seen full-on ads, commercials, and trailers that feel like they came out of a professional VFX studio. And when you find out these videos only took a few cents to generate, why would any brand ever pay 6 figures again? Today, I'm going to show you how to get Google Veo 3 for free and how to make these yourself. Whether you want to sell them to a professional brand, use them for your own brand, or just for your own personal projects. Now, before you go rush off and copy someone's fancy JSON prompt on Twitter, let me first say this. You're being lied to. Let's clear up one thing right now. Those fancy JSON style prompts with brackets and the fancy coding language that looks like AI only could decipher it, those are kind of wasting your money. They're not making your prompts any better. Google Veo 3 is trained on natural language, like captions and descriptions. Think storyboarding or movie style descriptions, not HTML or JSON. So when you throw in the JSON prompting with all the fancy structuring and brackets, you're actually feeding it junk for no reason. And that junk just burns through your credits and wastes your money in order for Google to decipher it and pull out the actual descriptive language. It's like trying to explain something simple by writing a legal contract instead of just saying it. JSON prompting does not make your ads or your videos better. It just makes them bulkier, more expensive, and harder to tweak. The worst part is people are copying this like it's some sort of elite hack, when in reality, the model's just chewing through extra tokens and basically giving you the same result. If wrapping your prompt in JSON helps you structure it better, then cool. But don't feed that whole JSON structure to the model. Just take out the descriptive part and paste that in there. Use colons and sections, titles, and scene transitions. I'm going to show you how to get more with less. Shorter prompts, natural language, less credits, and more control. I'll also show you the prompts that I use, which give you a lot more control than trying to read through code. They're fast, lean, and crazy effective. We'll make some amazing ads together live. And like I said, I'll show you how to get Google Veo 3 for free. Now with that out of the way, let's go through how this actually works and how to make AI understand you better without tearing your hair out trying to read through a bunch of code or making it do the same. Let's start by checking out some of the wildest examples I've seen using Google Veo 3, including this Lego ad right here.
Build the world in your hands.
So that one's pretty cool. That's basic, but it's pretty cool. It's using the JSON style prompting, but all it does is describe the scene 1, and then second 02. All it's really doing that we would need to extract from this is labeling the scenes, labeling the seconds, and then labeling the description for each part. We don't need all these extra brackets and stuff. So as you can see, close up of a single Lego brick on a clean white table, bright studio lighting, a hand gently places it down and the camera slowly tracks in. For scene 2, seconds 2 to 5, fast time lapse begins, colorful Lego bricks fly in from off screen, clicking together to form a futuristic city skyline. Smooth camera movements circle around the build as it grows. We don't really need all these extra brackets and stuff. All we would need is the scene markers, the second markers, maybe the scene and the second markers. Maybe the seconds aren't even necessary, and then the descriptions. So I've actually made a custom GPT that builds these style prompts without the JSON branding, which you guys can find with the link in the description. I'm going to show you how to use it here. But first, let's go back and let's view a few more of my favorite ads here. So here's a really popular one, is the Tesla one. By the way, this is Threads. You guys can follow me on Threads with the link in the description if you want. I post all about AI automation, YouTube automation. So this one's really cool. Let's see if we can find the prompt for that. Cinematic shot of a minimalist Tesla branded crate magically opening to reveal a fully formed Tesla vehicle and an instantly assembled sleek Tesla themed showroom around it. No text. Style, cinematic, camera, fixed wide angle with subtle zooms on key transformations. Yeah, these things right here, you don't necessarily need to put them in a code structure. You can just say style, camera, lighting. In the custom GPT that I've made sure to include all these things in normal natural language. So you guys can find that with the link below. But let's continue here. Elements. Again, these are all included in the GPT that I made. Motion, all that, keywords, that's all there. Yep, so all this stuff can be included without the JSON prompting. Let's see this one. Yeah, see this one right here. This is not necessarily an ad, but this is a great example of why you don't necessarily need JSON prompting, because this is a very impressive looking realistic video. No JSON prompting necessary here. He just did a simple natural language prompt. All this coding is unnecessary. Let's get into how to actually use Veo to create stuff like this with one click that doesn't burn through a bunch of credits. So first, you're gonna want to go to flow.google and it'll take you to this page right here, and then you can hit create with Flow. Then you can hit get started, and then you can hit new project. Now, just for example's sake, I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I've created with this in the past. Let's see here, right here. These are basically all of the ads that I've created, and I tested this. I've done some with the JSON style prompting, and I did some without the JSON style prompting, and the ones without the JSON style prompting work just as good, as you can see here. Beautiful, look at that. Amazing Gucci style ad. I made this custom GPT for you guys, so you guys don't have to go through typing all those list of things manually, like descriptive words, shot by shot, you know, camera, lighting, all that stuff will be done for you automatically based on some amazing prompts that I found, and I've stripped them of their JSON language to keep just the most important parts that make them easier for you to edit and still lightning fast where you don't burn through credits and have the AI process more information than it needs to. So link for this will be in the description, and I'll actually show you some of the ads I've created with it in addition to that Gucci one that I mentioned. So here's this amazing Nike ad that I created, and if I ever want to download it, here's a little tip for you guys. When you hit download, you can hit the upscaled version. So right now you're going to see this at 720p, but when you download it, you can get it at a lot higher of a resolution, double.
Leave your mark.
So that looks freaking amazing, guys. And all I did was use descriptive language that I got right from this custom GPT right here, natural language. Here's another, oh my gosh, these ones are actually my favorite. Again, you can see here, this is natural language prompting, no JSON prompting. These ones are crazy. You can see it kind of glitches out. He kind of glitches out at the end there, but and some of the text is not readable. But I mean, if you have any sort of editing or motion graphics knowledge, or if you can hire someone off Fiverr for like $5 to edit this, you could sell this to a large brand. Any brand that needs branding is going to go crazy for stuff like this. Here's another one that's really good. Solid. Look at that. So now let's actually go ahead and create some of these ads ourselves. So let's say I want to create an ad for Apple Watch, for example. I'll just say create an Apple Watch ad. And now I could just leave it at that. But the more descriptive that you get with it, the better results that you're going to get specifically to your vision. For the first time, I just want to tell it to do exactly that and just see what it comes up with. And look at that. It's going to come up with all the things that a JSON prompt would give us, except in actual natural language. So we can edit it easily if we don't like anything. So I'm going to copy it and I'm simply going to paste it. Now, when you're using Flow, what you want to use is VEO3 fast, and you want to use 2 outputs or 1 output per prompt so you don't get a bunch of outputs at once and waste your credits. You also want to use VEO3 fast with the beta audio. You don't want to use VEO3 quality because that's going to burn through a lot more credits, and you don't want to use VEO2 because that's just the old model. So each generation will use 20 credits. So by giving 2 outputs, we're going to do 40 credits per generation. And like I said, in a little bit, I'm going to show you guys how to get this for free. So I went ahead and pasted this. Again, I didn't do any editing. I just said create an Apple Watch ad, and I'm going to output exactly what it gave me there. Now we'll come back to this when it's done. All right, I'm excited to see these. I see this one starts out with an Apple logo. This one starts out with a little light. So I haven't seen these yet. Just keep in mind, guys, it's kind of a trial and error process, even more so with the JSON prompting, because like that would like burn through more credits because it was a bunch of code in the middle that like the AI would try to have to like decipher through, and that would waste the AI's energy a little bit more. With this, you're burning less credits here by using less code so it can understand you easier, but it's still a back and forth process. And also you're using the fast version of VEO3 rather than like the quality version. I say all that to say not every ad is perfect, but you can usually fix the ones that are 99% of the way there and retry the ones that aren't 99% of the way there. So let's check it out. Here's the first one. All right, that one's all right. Let's check out the second one. That one's a little bit better. We can go to the prompt and we can see what about this I didn't like that I could correct. I'm just going to tell it to edit the prompt. I'm going to say, make the watch appear as edges first zoomed in, then zoom it out while it rotates. Oh, and then I don't want the Apple logo appearing beside it in the final shot. And then I don't want the Apple logo beside it in the final shot. I want a dark background the whole time. Let's see what it does with that. Perfect. So I'm going to copy this and then let's see how this one goes. Perfect. So again, all I'm doing is writing to it in natural language. I don't have to try to read through a bunch of code, right, to understand what's actually being described to the AI. So that's a really big pro of that. Okay, these new ones are amazing. I'm not going to hold you by just typing to this GPT right here that I have with the link in the description. This basic 2 sentences that I just wrote to it, where I wrote, make the watch appear as edges first zoomed in, then zoom it out while it rotates. What? Like that's the most basic thing I can say, but it understood me perfectly because of the way I trained it and the data sets that I gave it and what it just came up with. I can't lie, guys. This is amazing. Watch this. That is amazing. Look at that. Look at the atmospheric layers. Look at the little specks of dust like a cinematic camera. Look at the way that the light gleams off of it. This looks like an actual Apple ad with the premium feel. You do a little bit of, you get someone on Fiverr to do a little bit of motion tracking, get the words right here, you're good to go. Like it's done. That's a $100,000 ad made by Apple right there is what it looks like. And this one is just as impressive. Amazing. Look at that. That one rotates a little bit more. It's got some lighting effects underneath the watch. That's crazy. Promised you I'd show you how to get Google Veo 3 for free. Here's exactly how to do it. You're just going to Google Veo 3 and then you're going to go there and then you're going to hit try and flow. Then you're going to hit create with flow. You're going to sign in with your Google account. And then what it's going to let you do is if this is your first time trying it, it'll give you a 30-day free trial with all the credits you need to explore for as much as your heart desires or as much as you want to sell to clients. Now, if you're eager to start creating prompts instantly and you want to skip all the confusion of the JSON prompting, you want to skip all the confusion of writing your own prompts manually, I've got you covered. Click the link in the description below. You get the Veo 3 Winning Ads Prompt Generator GPT that I've created custom for you. It's got all the best ads it's been trained on in natural language, and you can tell it simple stuff like this here, and it'll make an amazing cinematic ad that is SFX Studio production quality. If you found the video helpful, let me know below what you think. Like and subscribe for more. And if you want to go even further into mastering viral videos, you can check out my free viral video cheat sheet below. The link to my Instagram, my Discord community, and my Threads profile is below. If you guys want to follow me there, get updates there. You can also DM me for private mentorship. If you want to learn how to use AI to create amazing viral 3D documentaries, then watch this video next.